working with templates and slabs. Let me show you some of the templates that I have here in my drawer. This is a template that I like to use where I fold the edges up and attach them, and it makes a nice little tray. If you flip it around, it also makes kind of a nice little canvas to work on. This is what I just cut out today. Here's how it works. You attach it there, score and slip it to the base, and it makes a nice little cup. Okay? So whatever template you're using out of clay, you should try it in paper first. This template here only makes a cylinder. You have to overlap it a little bit. And then of course if you wanted to hold something, you'd have to attach a base. This is one I use for cylinders as well, where I overlap it here, and then the bottom I fold in kind of like that. Okay? This one's another little cup template that I use. Fold in the bottom. That's nice. This one's great just for a cylinder. If you wanted to make a mug, of course you have to add a bottom to it. Okay. I'm going to use this paper template. I'm going to fold it up, score and slip it right here, and it's going to make a little dish. Okay, if you want to make it so it doesn't have holes in it, you can score and slip it like that. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, again, if you don't have a rolling pin, you can make a slab like this. Just throw it down at a 45-degree angle. Just going to even it out. The edges are a little bit thicker, so I'm just going to do a little bit of rolling. Now I've got my pattern. I could, again, probably make two, because this is big enough. Let's see. Right, use your fettling knife to cut it out, or if you have an X-Acto knife, that's fine too. Okay, and don't move the things that you need. Remove the clay around it. Okay. Carefully lift this up without damaging it to get that piece out. Let's put this clay back because it's still good. Don't want it to dry out, so I can just reuse it. It's still fresh. This is really wet, so if you want to wait maybe 20-30 minutes, you can. If you feel like you can attach it now and just use an armature, you can do that. See how this is going to be attached right here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to score and slip right here. Use your knife, dip it in some slip, score and slip right here. Ooh, get a lot of that slip. And let's overlap it. Slip is squishing out, that's good. And then I just kind of want it to dry in sort of this shape. So I need another option. Plastic bags are a great armature, because they don't damage your clay a lot. Like if you wadded up newspaper or something, that might tend to damage it a little bit. All right, so I want it to be nice and curved like this. So I'm going to let it dry-ish to leather hard. In that way it can actually hold something. Okay, this next one, just like to give you guys lots of options. You don't have to make one, but I like to give you lots of options. I'm going to overlap it so much that there is no hole in the bottom, because like this one you could use as a soap dish or a spoon rest or something. This one, I think I'm going to overlap it more so that it doesn't have a hole in it. Okay, so I just need to be kind of aware and conscious of how much of an area I need to score and slip. I'll definitely do lots of cleanup later. I love it when these edges match up, but if not, you can kind of shave them down a little bit later. So that's pretty good. And if I wanted to sit flat on the table, then I can kind of create a flat piece, or I can kind of tap it like this so that there is a little bit of a flat spot. So yeah, if you wanted to sit on the table without rocking back and forth, sort of make a flat spot for yourself. That's pretty good. Okay, that's a dish. There we go. Okay, for this, I'm actually going to use the armature around this edge, because you see how it was kind of slumping a little bit just from the weight of it there. And that kind of keeps it in the exact position I need it to dry and harden up and keep its shape. And then I'm going to do some smoothing. So this one's about leather hard now. And I like to take some tools when it's leather hard and work on it. The main tools I like to use when it's leather hard is these tools. So if you have a metal kidney, great. A rubber kidney, great. If you don't have a rubber kidney, something like a driver's license or a student ID, just something that's bendable and flexible. And I'm going to be using my damp sponge at the end. Just got just a little bit of water. And if you have a wet paintbrush is great for. So I'll show you what I do with my wet paintbrush. I just kind of use it to get in there. Seal up those seams from where I scored and slipped it. Same thing on the outside, because it's a little imperfect. But if I take a wet paintbrush, that'll work really nice. If you don't have a wet paintbrush, your sponge is pretty good too. But I try to save the sponge for the end, so that I don't get the whole project too wet. Okay. All right, I'm going to spend a little bit of time just kind of shaping and smoothing with this tool, whatever kidney you've got. It. You can sign the bottom. Hold on, let me see.